Hello. Today I'm going to talk about something you can do that can help you get into shape, help you gain personal insight, help you learn and grow as a person, and will be good for your overall well-being, and that is training in martial arts. I myself trained for 3 years in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I know and can personally attest to the positive benefits from my own life and my own experiences. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, as with other martial arts, has positive benefits for your physical health, but it's also good for mental health reasons. And I'll show you how it might be able to help you in your life. I'll explain what some of the physical benefits are, and then I'll go over the mental aspects and positive effects of martial arts, and then I'll share some examples for myself, as well as some examples from people that I know who have trained in jiu-jitsu as well. So the first, and I think the most obvious aspect of training in martial arts would be the physical. As with any physical activity in martial arts, it's a lot of exercise, which is going to be good for your body. A lot of people who join do it in order to lose weight and get into shape. There's a staff report called The 10 Benefits of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which talks about that. It also talks about the benefits in training involved with drilling and rolling. Rolling is the term for sparring in Jiu-Jitsu. Both of these are a lot of hard work, and you sweat so much, but you gain strength and stamina. You also learn a lot about your body from training in Jiu-Jitsu. You learn balance, you learn about leverage, how to use your body for leverage and framing. And you learn to push your body further than you knew you could, and that your body is capable of so much more than you knew. So that's just the physical benefits. There's also many mental positive benefits, which I think maybe are actually even greater than the physical. You have to, it's a challenge, the physical challenge, but it's also a mental challenge. It pushes you to learn and grow as a person. You learn to problem solve and work under pressure, often literally. There's another article about that called The 17 Time Tested Benefits of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu by Mark Chavez. Training in Jiu-Jitsu also makes you very vulnerable. It teaches you humility, but also builds your confidence at the same time. It's a lot of hard work. It's some of the hardest work that I've ever experienced, but it's also a lot of fun, and you get to make friends and form really tight bonds with the people that you train with. Another really important mental aspect of training in martial arts is the therapy. It's very therapeutic for a lot of people. People who you get a lot of physical contact. It sounds weird, but it's very therapeutic to be that close and personal with people. A lot of people who train in jiu-jitsu are victims of assault and trauma. This helps them to work through the trauma, but also gain a sense of security and a new confidence from learning self-defense techniques. There's actually a black belt in jiu-jitsu who's a psychologist who wrote an article about this called The Psychology of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's also a really great thing for people suffering from depression. Doing hard physical activity releases neurochemicals in the brain, which have a positive effect. Many people talk about the intensity of training and the focus, and that when they come in and start training, they forget about all the problems and the stresses of life, whether it's a big problem throughout your life or just a bad day. It helps you to forget. It's hard to focus on paying your bills when you're just trying to not get choked or get your arm broken. So through this, it's not hard to see what the benefits are in action. But so I can actually share some examples for myself and some other examples for people I know who have trained in jiu-jitsu. Physically, for me, I actually gained weight. I put on a few pounds from muscle I gained from doing jiu-jitsu. And then when I first started jiu-jitsu, I had just moved back into town after being gone for a while. And when I came back, I found everything was different. And I didn't have any friends around here anymore. And I struggled. I had a real hard time getting back into life. I got into a slump. I got into a little bit of a depression, but by stepping out of my comfort zone and trying something new, it helped me to step out of that. I was able to grow and learn, and I actually made some really good friends, which is something I never expected to happen. Some stories I have from other people who have trained in jiu-jitsu. First is my husband, and we actually kind of met because of jiu-jitsu. But his story, he had just gone through a really bad breakup, and he went to what he said was one of the worst depressions he's ever had. And he had a friend who convinced him to try jiu-jitsu with him one night. And he loved it so much he kept doing it, and he accredits jiu-jitsu to helping him come out of his depression and get over his breakup. I also had a training partner who told me about how she was really badly bullied in high school, and it really messed her up. But when she started jiu-jitsu, she was able to grow and become a much more confident person and find her own self-worth from all her accomplishments that she had through jiu-jitsu. There's also several women in my gym who do jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai kickboxing who have been victims of assault. And doing jiu-jitsu has helped them to work through that and help them to get that sense of security from learning self-defense techniques. So practicing martial arts is good for not only your body, but it's good for the mind. You become stronger physically and mentally, and you grow and learn as a person. So if you're struggling in your life, you need some help to with some personal problems, with depression or other mental health issues, you want to try something new, you want to learn something new, get into shape, or just learn some self-defense, I recommend that you try martial arts, but definitely jiu-jitsu. Thanks.